Here is question number 10 from homework 9.1. It says a random sample of these many adults in a certain large country were asked, do you pretty much think that televisions are necessary or luxury you could do without? So out of 129 adults surveyed, 535 indicated that televisions are a luxury they could do without. So um, X is given to be, N is given to be the sample size 129, and X out of 535 people said that they can do without TV. Okay, so the first question is to find the point estimate. It is the sample proportion. The definition of that is X divided by N. So in our case, it's 535 divided by 1029. You guys have your calculator. 535 divided by 1029. They're asking the 3 decimal place answer, so I'm going to answer 0.520. So let's check that. That's easy. Let's read the next. So as we said, to verify the requirements for finding the confidence interval, the first one is the random, it one says sample is stated to be. So if you read the question, it says it is a random sample. So it is stated to be. Okay. And the value of the second condition here, this sample, you have to calculate that and check if it is more or less than 10, right? So that N is 1029 times sample proportion we calculated 0.520 we are going to use times 1 minus 0.520. That is the thing we need to check. So this comes to be 256.838. So again, they said round it to 3 digits. So I'm going to write it as 256.838, which is clearly greater than or equal to 10. And the sample size, right? You guys remember the condition. The condition was two conditions basically. N should be less than or equal to 0.05 of capital N, and N P cap times 1 minus P cap should be more than or equal to 10. So this thing is the sample size is less than 5% of the population size. So that's what we need to select here. And the sample size is assumed to be or stated to be. So they don't say that, but in a country, they are only taking a sample size of 1029, sorry. So that's clearly less than 5% of the total population of the country in general, right? The country's population is more. So we can say we can assume it to be, not stated. It's not written there, which is less than 5% of the population size. That's what our assumption is. So let's check the answer. Okay. Construct and interpret the 95% confidence interval for the population proportion with the given sample proportion. So if you guys remember, I told you for population proportion method is to use stat, test. In test, there was at alphabet A, there is one prop z interval. That is what you need to select. X value was here 535. So you enter 535 for X value, 1029 for N value. Confidence is 95%, so that's correct. Enter. So here is your confidence interval, right? So which one you need to first decide where do you fill it, right? We are 95% confident, or there is 95% probability. So as I stated in the class, that we are only 95% confident. That is the only interpretation. So you have to select the first one, and here you will fill 95. We are 95% confident that the proportion of the adults in the country who believe that televisions are luxury they could do live without. And here at this place, you need to fill the values of your intervals. So what are the values? Again, they are asking you to fill it for the 3 decimal places. Um, 0.489 to 0.550. Let's see if it is correct. Okay, let's read the next question. So next is it possible that a supermajority, more than 60% of adults in the country believe that television is not a luxury they could do without? Is it likely? So is it possible? Yes, we do not know the country, right? So is it likely? So we need to check about the likeliness. Now, we said that the 95% confidence interval is, we figured it out, it's 0.489 to 0.550. And you can see that this 0.60 is not even in here. It's not, right? Does not belong to the confidence interval. So it's not likely. So we're going to say it's possible always. You can never say for surety that it's not possible. It's possible maybe, but it's not likely that a supermajority of adults in the country believe that the television is a luxury they could live without. Why? Because it does not the confidence interval does not contain 0.60. Okay. Let's check the next question, please. Use the results of part C to construct a 95% confidence interval for the population of the adults in country who believes that the television are necessity. Now, if you remember when we started the question, the proportion here was used, X was used as 535, who can live without the TV. Now they're asking us to calculate a 95% confidence interval for the proportion of adults who believe that television is a necessity. So it's the opposite of that, right? So total people sample is this one. These many people, they can live without TV. And people, let's try again now in another situation. Number of people who think that TV is a necessity is, let's say X is that has to be 1029 minus 535. Why is that? Because those are the remaining people. So we quit from here. We say 1029 minus 535. So that's 495. We are going to use this as our X, and N sample size is still the same, to calculate another confidence interval. So let's see. You go to stat, you go to test, and one prop Z interval, enter. X value now is 494 because those are the people who think it's necessity. Sample size is same, confidence level is still 95%. So you calculate the interval. Now the interval is different, right? So we're gonna enter that interval here. It's gonna be again 3 decimal places, 0.450, rounding off to third digit, and here it is 0.511. So that is how you check the complementary confidence interval.